The beautiful Rocky Mountains in British Columbia are the backdrop for this week's edition of Motoring 99. Hello, everybody. You know, our first story is not quite as old as these mountains, but we do go back 30 years. That's when Suzuki made plans to produce a lightweight, compact 4x4, later to be known as a sport utility. One of the more popular ones exported to North America was the Sidekick. Well, then along came Honda and Toyota, who thought, maybe we can make some money in this market. And so we saw the birth of the CR-V and the Toyota RAV4. Well, last year, 3,500 Sidekicks were sold in this country. You ready for this? 16,000 were sold of CR-Vs. So how does Suzuki feel? I mean, they've sustained this market for years. Well, the way they looked at it, they had a decision to make. Either they throw in the towel or they fight back.
The decision was unanimous. Suzuki would not abandon the market it created. It would fight back, go head-to-head with Honda and Toyota, and the new Grand Vitara would lead the assault.
Now it was time for a major change, and they came along and they sort of ate our lunch because they had some good product out there, and we could not really fight back with the Sidekick. So that's when this unit came into place about 2-3 years ago. They started designing it, and this is a really important vehicle for us because, as you know, the Sidekick had been around for 10 years, and it was time for a major change. And time has come, and I think we've taken the lead with this one, with the V6 unit that we introduced, and 5-passenger, 5 seat belts, which we never had before. So we've come a long, long way with this one. And it's going to be very important for us for our future sales here in Canada and also in the United States.
Although the Grand Vitara will be imported from Japan, the Vitara convertible will be built in Ingersoll, Ontario, replacing the Sidekick.
You looked at the competition.
Yes.
What did you say you had to do to beat them?
What we had to do, we had to come out with a bigger motor, more power, and that's what we got with the V6. And that's going to be a big plus for us, and that's the competition. And also what we had to look at very, very seriously now is with the 5-passenger, 5 seat belts. So competition told us we needed that, so now we've got it.
Although Suzuki offers a choice of 3 engines, the 24-valve, 2.5-liter V6 is what puts the Vitara in front of its 4-cylinder rivals. It revs smoothly and pumps out 155 horsepower and 160 pound-feet of torque at 4,000 RPM. Off-road capability is impressive. In fact, the Vitara has to be the quietest and most comfortable truck they've ever built.
Are you at the bottom of Outhouse Hill?
At the top of Outhouse Hill.
Okay, so you can flip them around if you want.
I think it's going to be kind of great to see a small player in the market shake things up. I think with the V6, and they're keeping it to themselves for at least the foreseeable future, I think they're going to rattle that cage a fair amount. Quite frankly, refinement, and that's not a word I would previously have associated with the Suzuki 4x4. The level of refinement, especially with the 6, the new platform frame and everything, that's a very solid little vehicle.
Well, they've started right. I mean, they've got a vehicle that is very, very competitive, and the pricing is very competitive, and so those 2 things are right. So there's a lot depending upon their marketing, how it's done, and how that's perceived. They've got some hangover mistakes to overcome. And
Like what?
the Samurai, for instance, people still remember that, and this is certainly no Sidekick. It's infinitely better than the Sidekick, which was infinitely better than Samurai. It's a really good vehicle. I came prepared to doubt their ability to bring out a good vehicle, and they've certainly done it.
I would definitely be worried if I was Subaru with the Forester, the Toyota RAV4, or Honda CR-V. Again, I think the V6 is the big difference. It has some power.
They talk a lot about image in this business to the consumer. Is that their biggest challenge now?
I think so. I think the product will speak for itself if they can get people in it. The thing is to get people to forget the old Suzuki, the old standby 4x4 of 10, 15 years ago, and try this new one.
Who doesn't make a 4-wheel drive or sport utility vehicle will be making one for sure in the year 2000, 2001. So the market will continue to grow. And Toyota really had the RAV4 and the Honda. They've had big numbers. Their sales have been tremendous in there. But we're back into the market right now. We're going to come back fighting with this new V6.
So here's the question. Where were you 32 years ago? I know some of you weren't even a glint in your father's eye. As for me, well, I was in diapers but found time to get Motoring TV off the ground. And today I like to think we've got one of the best automotive video libraries in the world. If you agree, please give us the thumbs up and also subscribe. We'd really appreciate it.